Dear Hebrew students, Shalom. This is the third video of the last lesson. If you missed the class, I would like to share with you something very strange we find in the Hebrew text of the Torah, of the five first chapter of the Bible. Okay. So in the last mail I sent you, it was a study about the Yovel, about the years of Jubilee, the 50 years that follow a cycle of 7 times 7 years, you remember? Every 7 years it was a sabbatical year, and following 7 times 7 years is a very special year, the year of Jubilee, or where every slave gets free and everyone recover his property. Okay, and we have the same cycle of 7 in the festival that God commanded to Israel, and we have the festival of Pesach, and from the festival of Pesach, Israel is commanded to count 7 weeks until the festival of Shavuot, that is a Pentecost. Okay, you have a Passover and the Pentecost. Okay, so let's see how it is commanded. It's called the counting of the Omer, the Sfirat HaOmer, that every day has to be counted after the evening prayer. Okay, that is from the Jewish prayer book, and they say the Omer is counted from the second night of Pesach, Passover, until the night before Shavuos, Pentecost. Okay, the counting of 49 days, 7 weeks, okay, 7 times 7 days, between the festival of Pesach and Shavuot. So Shavuos means the weeks in Hebrew. So it's the feast of weeks, the festival of weeks. Connect the Exodus from Egypt with the festival of the giving of the Torah. Actually, Moses received the law, the Torah and the 10 Commandments, so 7 weeks after the departure of Egypt. Okay? Just as one who awaits a most intimate friend on a certain day counts the days in eager anticipation of his arrival, so do we count the days from our liberation till the day we receive the Torah, which is the culmination and fulfillment of our freedom. Okay, so and they literally count the days after the evening prayer. Let's see how they do here. So here I just show you that is not Hebrew. That is, we don't have the translation, so it's not important. But it's Aramaic. It looks like Hebrew. You see, so you can see here Israel. It's like in Hebrew, but it's Aramaic. Okay. So, and let's see how they perform that commandment. They pray like that after the evening prayer. Yeah. It's from Leviticus. The commandment is Leviticus chapter 23. 23 verse 15. From the day after the day of rest, that is Passover, from the day you bring the Omer as a wave offering, 7 complete weeks shall there be until the day following the 7th week. Shall you count 50 days, and you shall bring a new meal offering to Adonai. Okay, and so they make a special prayer after that. You can see they say, "Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, King of the universe, who sanctified us with his commandment and commanded us concerning the counting of Omer." So after the evening prayer, they count like that. Hayom Yom Echad Baomer. That means Hayom, today, day 1 of the Omer. The second day, they pray like that. Hayom Shnei Yamim Baomer. Today, 2 days of the Omer, and every day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, sixth, okay, 7 days when they complete 1 week. Hayom Shiva Yamim Shehem Shavua Echad Baomer. 2 days, 7 days that are 1 week of the Omer. Okay, and after that 1 week plus 1 day, and 2 weeks, 3 weeks until 7 weeks. Okay, until the last 49 days, and the 50 days is a festival, and the day they received the Torah. Okay, and we have in the New Testament a similitude with the day was Jesus was crucified, and he completed the meaning of Passover. He was offered like a sin offering, and he promised to send the Holy Spirit. And what they do when they gather for the prayer, like like today, the Jewish, they're praying 3 times a day, and they were praying in the evening prayer. They were counting the Omer. They were counting, and the 50 days. So God said what he promised, the Holy Spirit on the congregation, like they received the Torah in the time of Moses. So that is very interesting. We can make the parallel with everything with the Old and New Testament. And now let me show you something we find with the Hebrew text. Okay, let's see. I will give you these documents next class, maybe, if you want them, or I can send you. But here, what we have here, it's the beginning of the 5 first book of Moses. That is called the Torah. 5 first books, the Pentateuch. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Number, and Deuteronomy. The first verse. And let's see what we find here. In the beginning, God created the heaven and earth. In the beginning, Bereshit. You know, Bereshit. We have studied that word, means in the beginning. And the last letter of Bereshit is a Tav. Okay, and actually it's the first Tav of the book of Genesis. Bereshit. Now, if we consider, like the Jews give a great importance to the letter. They count the letter, and when they used to copy the Torah, the Bible, They were counting not to miss one letter. Okay, so every letter has a meaning in for the Jewish exegesis. Okay, so we have the first tav, and if we consider each letter is a day, we count the letter. After that tav, we count 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, until the 50th letter we have vav. Okay, it's you see it's underlined in yellow. Okay, tav, and 50 letters we have a vav. Let's count again. 50 letter we have a resh. Another 50 letter and we have a he. And that's its 4 letter is the word Torah. Okay? Torah. So the Torah appear in like a code actually in a skip of equidistant 50 letter. Okay, and that phenomenon was discovered not long ago, maybe 80 years ago by a rabbi. I will tell you more about that story, but let's consider that it's the Sfirat Omer, the counting of the Omer, and we have the word Torah encoded in the book of Genesis. Now let's see here in Exodus, beginning of the of Exodus, these are the name of the son of Israel, Ve'ele Shemot. These are the name. Okay, Shemot. We study that word. The plural of the word Shem. Shemot, the names. The last letter is a tav, last letter of Shemot, and actually it's the first tav of the book of Exodus. And we see if we count 50, we have the same thing occurring in the book of Exodus, the same we have in Genesis. Okay, the word Torah appears. Oh, okay, let's see what we have now in the book. The third book of Leviticus is a little bit different. Actually, it's the central book of the Pentateuch. And if we consider the first Yod of the book, Vaikra, and he called El Moshe to Moses. And we count here 8 letters. 8, and we have Yod, He, 8 letter. We have a Vav, and 8 letter we have He, and it's the name of God, Adonai. Yod, He, Vav, E, the tetragrammon, encoded in a skip of 8 letter, and 1 letter the Vav is common. It's the Vav of Adonai in the text itself. Okay? And what is the meaning of 8? Why 8? So 8 is 7 plus 1, and actually it's the number of festival of Sukkot, the third festival that fall in autumn. Okay? And we have the name of God encoded here. Now let's continue. Let's see what we have in the book of Number, the first book of Number, and we have something different here, because here the Lord spoke to Moses, Vayedaber Adonai, the name of God. And if we take the letter He from the name of God, from the tetragrammon, letter He, and we count 50, and we have resh. 50 we have vav. 50 we have the tav. Actually, the word Torah, but is reverse. Okay, it's backward, reading backward, Torah. So it's in Genesis and in Exodus it was plus 50, and here is minus 50. Okay, so it's not always the same, but we can see a symmetry. The central book is the name of God, and now it's again the Torah. And in the book of Deuteronomy, we still have something different. Not from the first tav or for the first he of the book, but from the first he of the word Torah, HaTorah. It's the first mention of the word Torah in the book of Deuteronomy. And from this first he we count, this time we count 49. Actually, it's not 50 but 49. It's the counting of Omer, actually. And we have the word Torah encoded. So, but it's meaningful because we have, it's either 50 or 49. Okay, 7 times 7, the word Torah appear. So, I will tell you more about the meaning of that discovery, because that doesn't imply only, it's not only a curiosity, but it's that gives us something important for the apologetics, actually, to fight back the liberal theology. And I will share you next time something more like that, and we'll see the deep meaning of all these things we find when we study the Hebrew text. So shalom everybody, I let you meditate about that, and see you in our next class.